Okay, here we go. This is my least favorite part where I'm just staring at myself and talking to no one, but I'm just gonna jump right into it. Um, let's see. So, I'm really excited for this topic. Muffins and Mom, whenever you're ready. Yeah, here she goes. Let's see, did it work? All right. It looks like she's joining. Hey.
Hi.
Welcome. So, oh yeah. So I just wanted to say that I'm really excited for this topic. I I know I've talked about this a few times in stories or on posts that when I started this page, I was never a social media person. I was not a Facebook person. I was not an Instagram person, and I just cared about this mission and I was ready to go. And I didn't know what would happen, but I guess I'm somewhat of a perfectionist, and I got obsessed with Instagram. I didn't expect it, and I just like went all in. Somehow I found myself on my phone at all times. What?
We're just saying hi to someone who's saying hi back. Talk.
um, and I, in my mind, I thought I was always like on doing the right thing, like posting things like for a reason. And then next thing I knew, I was just like scrolling and scrolling, and I feel like I was just attached to my Instagram, and I had no idea why. And then I saw Shimi's randomly came across her Drop the Phone campaign, and I was like, I guess I'll try that. And I went to the beach, I remember last summer, and put my phone down for like the first time in 2 weeks. I don't think I put my phone down one time in 2 weeks since when I started the page. And I remember just like the feeling of putting my phone down and being all in the beach. And I was like, what? I like forgot that I was missing this. So it was just like so weird, just being all consumed. So I'm just so excited to talk about this drop the phone subject, the phone boundaries.
Yes, so much to talk about. When you approached me originally, I was like, I don't know if I'm the person to do this, because this is my struggle too. I wish I could say that I'm amazing about it. And definitely Shimi's Drop the Phone movement gave me so much insight and awareness. I'm like, yeah, I should drop the phone for an hour. Like, why didn't I think of it on my own? But, it's just so, okay, I'll just check it for 1 minute, and 1 minute becomes 1 hour in like a second in that kind of world. So in a way, I'm so excited that we're doing this, because you pushed me to do a lot of research and to do a lot of soul searching. And I asked my kids, I'm like, guys, do you think this and this is a problem? And they were brutally honest. So I have a lot of things that I want to share, and I'm really excited for Shimi to join us later and give us her spiel on how she came up with this, because I can't even say what a difference my life has turned into since I dropped the phone. When the kids come off the bus for an hour, it's not in my room. It's not anywhere near me. I can't hear it. I can't see it. I can't even imagine it. It's just gone. And I'm just, that's a great movement, Shimi. Good job. All right, back to you.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll just start. Why don't you just tell us about yourself, a little bit about your background, and then we can get going with the topic.
Okay, so my name is Leah Davidowitz, and I have this parenting workshops with my co-leader, Chaya Gutman, who's currently on maternity leave. We do parenting enrichment workshops for parents in the Five Towns area. Before I started doing parenting, I did some real counseling. I specialized in eating disorders, a little bit in addictions, trauma focused, all that kind of fun stuff. But as my family kept growing, thank God, I realized that I need to just focus on something that I have been doing every day anyway, which is parenting. And so we put all our efforts into parenting research, building from the bottom up, teaching from a child that's 1 to a child that's, grown, and really trying to break it down to little bits and pieces so that parents aren't saying, okay, there's another person giving me a whole list of don'ts. Like, no, we're about the do's. Like, we're about, empowering you and saying, you're a mother, so you have the intuition, you're doing a good job. Here's a couple skills to help you along. Here's some ideas and tips. But if you don't do them, your child won't turn out to be a serial killer. It's just that we want to give you some tools that you can use, pick and choose what tools speak to you. It's not about force shoving information down your throat and saying, if you don't, this is bad. So back to my topic. Distracted parenting is something that I struggled with so much. Like, of course I want to be all there and I want to be all present and I want to hear every single little tiny bit of the 6-hour story that my child is telling me. But sometimes it's just so much more tempting to just open Instagram and see what happened there in somebody's fantasy world. So I want to tell you guys a little bit about being present and just looking for the signs and symptoms to when phone usage crosses over from just regular, hi, I use my phone, to very dependent, and then even to addiction. So I want to start by saying that cell phones are great. We can do so much good with them. We could check in with a friend who's sick or lonely. We can find support for almost anything online. Anything you want to find support, you'll find a group, and you'll find a good group. We can research anything at our fingertips. I mean, back in the day, if someone was prescribed a medication, they had to rely on, what their doctor told them, or the 60 million page booklet in the prescription, packet. Now, Google, hello, and everything's at your fingertips. So cell phones, we're not here to tell you don't use your phone. Cell phones are great. Use them. In case of emergency, our cell phone gets us immediate help. But just like anything in life that's good, like chocolate and shopping and socializing, too much of a good thing is no good. So we need to figure out how to find a balance. The balance. What do you say so far, Shoshana? Are you following?
I'm following.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so first we need to acknowledge and be honest with ourselves. Like, am I compulsively checking my phone in fear of what I missed? Because this is just what leads to anxiousness and to complete interference with our focus. Because we might be here, but we're not here. Our brain is like floating around in cyber world somewhere. So aside from all the wasted time and all that comes along with the phone, a lot of studies are telling us now that too much phone use leads to negative feelings, to negative mood, and just people just feeling empty. And researchers are not sure why. Hello, Rachel Tuckman explained, and I really agreed with her on why. Because, so many of us are living in someone else's fantasy world on some beach in Aruba and saying, oh, everything is so perfect by them, and I'm stuck with this issue. No, this is fantasy. So the negative mood that they're all talking about, I think we could all relate to that. You scroll for I don't know how long, and then you put your phone down and you're like, ugh. Can anyone else relate to that? If yes, comment, please. Let us know that you're here. Now, then there are the cases where phone use crosses over from just excessive use into addiction. So how do we know when that happens? I think that an important point is when the feeling of dependency. Oh, we're hearing people are saying yes, yes, breathe. Okay, I'm really glad that I'm not alone. Okay, that it's not just me. So thank you. All addictions start with pleasure. There's such a pleasure in tweeting something and, oh my God, this one commented and this person said something, and then there's another pleasure in, you posted something funny on the WhatsApp group and everybody laughed. That's like a dopamine surge to the brain. Like, look at all that. An Instagram picture. Oh my God, I got so many likes. Everyone thinks my kids are so cute, and et cetera, et cetera. I mean, that's the addiction, like the addiction to the pleasure and to the attention and to being recognized. So that's just the small part. Then, to know that we're going to the next stage is when signs and symptoms are your relationships are being affected, your real life relationships, not just your Instagram friends, your real life relationships are being affected, and people are feeling ignored and second choice, whether it's your husband, your friends, your parents, your children. That's a very negative effect, and that's kind of points to the start of addiction. Another way we can know if we are addicted is if we get major withdrawal symptoms when we put our phones down. Do you need a fix? Do you just quickly touch your phone and scroll it to get that fix? That's also like ding, ding, ding. I think this might have crossed over to addiction. Another biggie, which I found that I was doing, is that the phone distracts you when the phone can distract you from your real life struggles. You know, so instead of processing a problem that you're having, and instead of thinking through an issue and coming up with a solution, just I'll scroll. I'll just get lost in someone else's fantasy world and watch all the clothes that somebody's showcasing for 20 minutes, and I'll forget that I just had a major conflict with a child of mine or with a good friend and be like, it'll just work itself out. It won't. It won't. The phone is distracting you for a couple minutes, yes, but the issue is still there once you put your phone down. And the addiction piece, it doesn't allow us to think about the future. We're getting that pleasure now. It's so exciting. We have the phone. We're talking to our friends. We're in this great conversation. Everyone's laughing. No one's laughing. This is kind of on the pretend world that we're in. And lastly, to know that we're addicted is when our phone puts us in dangerous situations. Is it totally okay for you to text when you drive because you cannot miss what's going on in that group chat? Or you're just, you know, putting yourself into dangerous websites or going, you know, to places where you really never would because you just feel that surge, like, I'm on, this feels great, so I'm just going with that. So I feel like I talked a lot, so I'm gonna stop for a second and breathe. If anybody has questions or comments, or Shoshana, if you want to chime in, please do. I'll take a drink meanwhile.
I don't know. I'm hearing this and I'm feeling like I'm addicted to my phone. So I'm kind of freaked out.
Okay,
I don't know if anyone else is watching and thinking the same thing, but
so
a lot of us, at least 3 out of 4 of those.
I mean, I could say honestly that I was addicted. Thanks to Shimi's Drop the Phone movement, I took some serious steps, and I'll share the steps I took with you. And I can now say I am not addicted. Do I have days when I'm on it more than I should be? Yes. But I'm able to happily put my phone in a drawer and just be like, if my sister texts me to call me, you know, to complain about her baby's toilet training problem, it's okay if I see her message in 2 hours. It's really okay. So, all right, going on. You know, the word addiction is very overused altogether, just by the way. I'm addicted to ice cream, you know, so let's not get so scared about the fact that it's addiction. There is no DSM diagnosable addiction for phone use yet. So if you're addicted to your phone, unfortunately, it's the culture that we live in. You know, every person you see down the street has his phone plugged into his ears and his eyes and God knows what. So don't worry. If you match the criteria for addiction, it's okay. There's so many easy and doable things that we can implement that will just help us with that. So, you know, it's not only the actual time that you're actually on the phone, which is not great. It's once you put your phone down, you're still kind of in phone land. Your brain is still lingering on that last post you read on Instagram. Your brain is still, maybe your body or your brain is upset over a comment that your coworker posted on your work chat. It's not just like, oh, I'm on the phone. That's why there's such a danger to checking your phone. To drop the phone for 1 hour is so smart, because you can't check for a second, because the second that you're checking, it's not just 1 second. It lingers and it stays in your brain, and it takes you away from being present either with your children or with your friends or with your parents. So that is why if you're going to do something, we're going to do it all the way, and we'll talk about this more. Okay, so parents also, I'm sure, guys, you can agree with me, we become resentful and impatient if our phone is beckoning to us and this child has the audacity to try to tell us a story. And that's just really scary, because who's more important? You know, I mean, it's obvious, the answer is obvious, but at that moment when the phone is beckoning to you, I think sometimes technology wins over our whiny, cryy kid who needs us right now. So we don't want to become impatient and resentful. We don't want to do this thing called pseudo-parenting, where we're here, but we're not here, because our kids really need us to be here. They're small for such a short amount of time. We want to be here. We want to look back, and all our memories are as the baby sitting on our lap and us scrolling. We want to have memories of kissing and looking into his face and making silly words together. Okay, I'm getting emotional because I feel guilty for a lot of the time that, like, I did this, and I'm sure a lot of you moms are saying, yikes, we all did this and we all do this, but let's be, you know, step one. I
think I've been doing this all day. I'm like, oh gosh, shoot, my tomorrow better look extremely different.
Okay, first of all, newborns is different, because newborns, Shoshana has a newborn, so she's superhuman, but newborns, you know, you're not interacting with them yet. But, you know, when your 2-year-old is trying to touch your face and tell you a story, or just babble to you and your head's in your phone. It's sad. Okay. So let's talk about the tips on how to help us. So number one, acknowledge you have a problem. I think according to Leah Davidowitz, I might be addicted. So I have a problem. Number one, acknowledge. Number two, commit. Commit to making a conscious decision. I am going to use my phone less because I want to be actually present in my life more. Okay. Number three, response anxiety. It's real. What's response anxiety? It's when people fear that someone's going to get mad at me. Like, if my friend texts me and my phone is away, she's going to think I'm ignoring her. So I'm anxious. So if you have response anxiety, I mean, sometimes I get response anxiety, especially with certain people in my life who are overly sensitive. I'm like, you know, so if you have that, you can easily just post something like Shimi's thing again, where she says, I am dropping the phone for the next blank hours. Do that. Put an away message. If that's going to calm down your response anxiety, do it. And whichever, do it on Instagram, do it on your WhatsApp. People do it when they're driving too. Driving now can't accept text. So I never heard of response anxiety. I was doing a lot of research and I'm like, oh my God, so that's what it's called. If anyone could relate, let me know. So the next one is turn off notifications for things that are not important. I only get notifications for my calendar, my WhatsApps, because I have all my, you know, family contacts there. And for, I think that's it. I turned off my notifications for Instagram. I turned it off for everything. I used to get Uber notifications. I got a call, I just said then. I used to get all that kind of notification. But why? Because every ding is a distraction. Why do I have to know that somebody liked a picture of mine that I posted 19 months ago? It's okay if I see that later. So I actually have to open an app to see what's going on. And I think that's helpful. If you're struggling with phone addiction, just take off as many notifications as possible and keep the ones you really need. You can open the app. It works just the same. I think that a lot of people have this excuse, you know, I need my phone, my recipes are on it. I need my phone because my shopping list and all that is on it. I hear you. I used to have that excuse too. And then I discovered that there's an Amazon Alexa or a Google Home, and you could put your recipes in there and your shopping lists in there, and you could download your music to there. And you don't need to keep your phone as a security by your side the whole time. So even if you are a working mom or a doctor or a therapist that's on call, you could turn off everything else and just keep your phone on. And just, you don't need to get alerts and dings and all that kind of distraction, because that really takes away from living your life and being present. And we only get one life and we want to live it to its fullest. So I think that's pretty much what I had in mind to present for you, but I would love to hear your feedback and your questions. Shoshana, I want to hear from you.
Anyone have anything specific? There was something I was just thinking while you were talking. I can't even remember now. Oh, one thing is I'm a little off topic, but I don't know if this is a new thing by Instagram, but they tell you how many hours you've been on your phone on Instagram for. Has anyone seen that?
They do?
Yeah, you can check how long you've actually been on the app for. And when I looked at that, or also on the iPhone, like the upgrade, it tells you how long you've been on your phone for. And when I looked at that, it's scary to actually face the reality of the time. So to me, that was another tip that helped me. Like, I just have a goal in my head to always be going down.
That's great. I actually heard of that. I heard of these apps that can measure your time, and like Chaya Gottman is saying, it gets embarrassing. It is. You're like,
you can't lie to yourself. It's just telling you the facts.
People want to hear about Project Proactive, Shoshana.
Okay. Sure. But wait, I want to try to remember the other thing that I was thinking while you're talking. Shoot. I don't know. Okay. But I can talk about Project Proactive, but did you have other questions I know you did a live last night with Yafa Palti. Did you have other questions to follow up with that, or did you cover that all?
In Yafa's live, there was a lot of questions that we didn't end up getting to, and the live ended up ending on us, so we had to restart again, and we lost so many good questions, and my brain is stuffed up, so I can't remember.
Okay, so we'll just continue.
Anything.
Oh, darn darn it, I really wanted to say
I just want to also say that when we talked about doing this live, I was thinking to myself, I don't want to alienate all my followers. I mean, end of the day, we all use our phones and we all depend on our phones. And I don't want it to come across as like, don't use your phones, it's bad. It's not bad. It's good. It's just all about balance and prioritizing. And I hope that this is what we are bringing across to you. And Shimi, when she joins us, hopefully she just texted me. One sec. She will be joining soon. Will be able to give us more about why she started this and, you know, why she felt so passionate about doing this and talking about it constantly, because it's really important. It opened my eyes, and I consider myself an insightful, aware person. And I was like, no, you were not insightful and aware about this. You kind of let this get too far. So, yeah. Oh, Stacey, a great question that wasn't answered was sending a child to their room for being chutzpahdik. So we spoke about parents' needs versus child's needs last night, which is not related to this topic at all. And somebody had asked about sending the child to their room. Okay, Chaya got me something to do sometimes. Stick my phone in my cabinet so I can peek at it every now and then if I'm expecting an important phone call. Amazing. Even the fact that the phone is not there, looking at you with its beckoning eyes, is already like a major step. That's something you guys can do. Good idea.
Yeah, actually, I am curious to hear if anyone has tips, because I feel like I'm always trying to trick myself into into not looking at my phone. Like, I'll have to play with my mind. I'll be like if I post something, like a story of a live or of myself talking, and I know I'll feel anxious about it, I'll be like, okay, I'm deleting the app for 24 hours because I know I'm going to be anxious about looking at myself. So, and then I'll be like checking it because of that. So I play mind games. I don't know about whatever anyone else does, but I have a whole system at this point.
I have deleted apps for myself too. And I'm like, Leah, you're so pathetic that you have to delete the app and you don't have enough self-control. Like, I'm embarrassing myself. Okay. Oh my God. I seriously struggle tremendously with putting my phone away, but it doesn't really happen. Make it happen. Commit it to yourself and tell yourself that your children and your life and your relationships are worth it. So make it happen. Devorah Weinberger, I see a huge difference in my night with my kids when I put my phone away. Yes, Devorah, you're probably more patient and you probably just you're more present. I know I am. Heidelberg, me too. Chaya Gottman, cold turkey.
I think we missed another one. Practical, simple tips, like something to start with.
Yeah, hold on just 1 second.
Yeah. I'll say another thing that I realize that I struggle with. I don't know if anyone can relate, but lately my 2-year-old will take my phone from me and scream in my face if I don't give it to him. And I started to give in, and now he takes my phone and I lose control of my phone, and it drives me crazy. So not only am I not on my phone, but I'm letting my 2-year-old watch my phone just because I don't want to fight with him. So it's a double issue over there.
You're not alone with that. I think there are a lot of parents that I've spoken to that say, my child takes my phone and I can't tell him not to because I'm on my phone constantly. So if the phone is away, it won't happen because he won't see it. So it won't be there. So you'll be able to sit down and play blocks instead or color together because there's just no phone. Okay, Shimi Adar would like to come on. So I have to leave the live, right? Okay, so we'll have Shimi come on. I'm gonna leave the live. You invite Shimi on. I'll wrap it up with some more tips. People were asking for some more tips. Sounds good?
Sounds good.
I will be watching.
Shimi calls into me, right?
Yes.
You hang up.
Shimi calls. All
right. Okay. So
okay, guys. I'll be back, and I'll see you. Let me get out of here.
Well, hey guys, just waiting for Shimi. Feel free to ask any questions. Let's see if I missed anything. An hour actually feels like a lot. Yeah, that's true. It does. Not having FOMO helps. Is there, Chayla, if you have a secret to no FOMO? What else? Keep my phone on silent always. Yeah, that's good. Any other tips that I'm missing? I'm really bad at reading these while I talk. I guess I'm a horrible multitasker. Start with an hour, 1 hour out of 24. That's true. If you break up your day into 24 hours. Low battery here. Cold turkey. Has that worked for anyone? I'm just rambling here. What else do I see? We talked about some of these. See, here we go again with the multitasking. Now I'm not even focused on what's going on. I'm just reading the past comments. Shimi, how do you get on? Shoot, I wish I could tell you. You can request to be on the call with me, and then I accept it, from my understanding. If you hear me, what does this say? Here, I can actually request you. Let's see. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, Shimi. Thanks for joining.
I was waiting here. I didn't know how to come on the live.
Yeah, I'm a rookie myself.
We're all rookies in areas of our lives, and this one is one of them. Everybody, how are you? Check out. I just told my followers that I'm going on. Check out the follows, the views right there. First of all, I'm so sad that Laylay's not on with us. I thought we were gonna have like a three-way.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's not possible. Well, she just gave us some really awesome tips, and we talked about how to be present, how to be in the moment, how with being able to put your phone away so that we can focus on priorities. She gave us some really good tips. And
can I tell you something about Laylay?
Go ahead.
Laylay and we're besties, and we still are, but we were so close in high school. And her lifelong dream was just to impact people's lives and marriages and family relationships. This is something that she wanted as a little kid. And to watch her dreams come true and do it in such an amazing way, I'm like, that's my girl. Yeah. So she's making me so proud. I had to give her a shout out.
Nice.
So,
well, Shimi, we want to hear from you about how you started the Drop the Phone campaign and a little bit about what it is, because hopefully after this call and after Leah, Muffins and Moms talk with all of us, we'll all be inspired to take an hour to drop our phone and be present in the moment. But we really want to hear from you how you started the whole thing, the kind of impact it's had, your experience with it, et cetera, et cetera.
So it all started when I had a Sunday program, and we were doing every week was a different theme, and one theme was a Snapple made from the best stuff on earth, and this girl looked so cute, and she had the cutest costume, and I went over to her and I said, I love what you're wearing. I love your costume. I'm gonna call your mother, and I'm gonna give her a nachas call because I'm just so impressed. And she said, don't bother calling my mother. Just message her on Instagram because that's where she's at all day and all night. And at that moment, that was like a big eye opener. I was like, hold up. If I was there to hear that, everything that's told to us, that's said to us, there's a reason for it. Now I could have heard it and been like, oh, that's so sad. Her mother's on Instagram all day. Or I could be like, I heard that. There was a reason why I heard that. And are you hearing me? Because my service here is really bad.
Yeah, I hear you. I think people can hear you too. Yeah.
Charlie hold on. Do you guys hear me? Just give me a thumbs up because I don't know if you hear me so well. Give me a one thumbs up. Do you hear me now?
There we go.
Thank you, Fagaled. All right. So when I heard that, I said, at that point, Instagram wasn't like so big. And I remember I was doing it on Facebook, I was doing it on Instagram, and I'm like, I have to do something about it. There's a reason why I heard it. I want to make a difference in my life and in other people's lives and in that kid's life. And if that kid could say that, how many more kids feel that way, right? So I'm always saying, I tried to come up with a good line because I'm always like, drop the mic. I'm like, what can I do? And I'm like, bam, drop the phone. It's good. It's catchy. Let's do it. So I started this initiative. And in the beginning, the feedback was #epic fail. Nobody was like listening to what I was saying. And I'm like, that's it, Tahara. Don't stop. Keep going. Keep going. And I really did. And I cannot tell you how many people message me with their personal stories. I can't share 98% of them because they don't let me, because they're really personal. But it's making a difference. Because the first step to change is you got to recognize that there is a problem. And I'm very happy that I'm able to, you know, spread that message, Baruch Hashem, via platform. We're using our phones to get off our phones. You know, it's brilliant, it's amazing, and it has such an amazing impact. Also, I want to just give a shout out to everybody who's on this live right now. And I know a lot of people can't be on it because they're probably dropping the phone and being with their children. So kudos to you for being on this live, because that means either you want to see our beautiful faces, Project Proactive, my beautiful, who likes my makeup tonight? I'm a very classy woman. What should I say?
You dressed up just for us.
I know. I got my face done. MUA by Shimi. And sorry, I just keep on getting alerts. So I just want to give a kudos to everybody who's on here, because you are here because you want to make a difference. You want to hear how you can make a difference. You want to make change. And the first step to change is you got to decide. You got to decide, I want to become better in whatever area it is. So you guys are amazing. You guys are the bomb. So that's number one. Number two is a lot of us work because we got to pay the bills. #life, right? So you don't want to make your kids feel bad, but you got to go out and work. And what I want to say is you can't be with the kids 100% of the time. But when you're with your kids, you got to be with them 100% of yourself. You got to give 100%, because when you're not with them 100% of the time, they won't resent it because they know that you can't. But when you can every second, you give whatever you can to them. And you show them, I don't want to, but I have to. And right now, it's just me and you. And it's an incredible thing. So what's the drop? Hold on. Should we just stop and check out? Look at this. I want to become better. Yes. I was just checking in for a minute. Then I saw Shimi's coming on, so I stayed on. Yes. Pen Pessy, you have good taste. Drop the phone. Drop the mic. Amazing. You guys, thank you for being on. Muffins Mom, I wish we could be together one day. I want to tell you what Drop the Phone is. A lot of people like, Shimi, today we had supper together and everybody put their cell phones on the table. And I would love to clap for that, but that's not dropping the phone. And I'll tell you why. Because the second your phone is in your Dalit Amos, you're able to touch it, to see it, you're not there. Your brain is on phone mode. You can look at your kid, but your brain is not there. Your heart's not there. Your soul's not there. And that's not fair for your kid. And I was thinking about it the other day, if I grew up in this generation, I don't know what I would do. Because it's so hard to grow up in this generation because everybody's so distracted. But the one person you can't afford to be distracted is the parent. You want to come home, you want them to be there. Hey, check out this lady. Open my window. Hold on 1 second. Give me a little dance to my life. Break it down. Yeah. High five. I love you. Sorry, I had to do that. All right. See? Distraction. ADD. Can you imagine with the phone on steroids? Oriel, you want a bracha? Because I'm a tzadika. I think Project Proactive. Tell everyone your name. Introduce yourself. So, come on. Go.
Is that me? You're talking to me?
Yeah, because a lot of my people are here.
Oh, hey guys.
Introduce
Thanks for
yourself and what
following
you're
Shimi
about.
over here. Thanks for following Shimi over here. She's the best. She's one of my inspirations from when I started Instagram. I'm Shoshana Mailer. I run Project Proactive with Rebecca Shapiro, and our page is all about bringing more positivity to Instagram and bringing more proactive initiatives to Instagram. we focus a lot on mental health awareness and on normalizing the conversation of mental health in the same way that we talk about physical health. And Shimi's one of my favorite accounts because she's always happy.
Correction, Your Honor.
She always shares her happiness and makes other people happy. What's that?
Can I correct you on that last line?
Please do.
Okay, first of all, you're a little blurry. I don't know why, but okay. Now you're clearer. Okay, and I'm gonna make my answer clearer. Can I just answer you on that one for a second?
Mm-hmm.
People think that I'm always happy. Hashtag lies. I'm not always so happy. I'm not always happy. You know why? Because I'm human. However, I choose to be. Hold on with that fire trucks. I choose happiness whenever I can. Happiness is not something that you're just born with. Happiness is not something that you are. Happiness is something that you achieve over time with different steps that you take to achieve that goal of happiness, internal happiness. But happiness ultimately is a choice. Happiness is a choice, my friends. You could all achieve happiness. And yeah, life goes up and down. You know what? Even during your day, you could go up and you could go down and up and down. And someone could say the worst thing to you. And you could be in the happiest mood. Oh, I'm on top of the world. Today's going to be an amazing day. And someone's like, Shimi, you have a big nose. And I'm like, what? Right? I could allow their negativity to get me down. Or I could be like, I'm not going to, you got nothing on me, nor am I happiness. So, oh, wow. You guys are amazing. Everybody's on here. Thank you for your beautiful comments. What I wanted to say about the drop the phone thing is there are rules. There are rules to the madness because the madness works. And you know what's incredible? That parents messaged me and they said, Shimi, I can't do an hour. I can't do it. And first of all, it's so sad that we can't put our phone away for an hour. But what makes me happy is that they're recognizing that they have a problem. Because you'll never get better. And before you know, you turn around, your kid is 18 years old, and you're like, I had my whole life. And what did I do? What did I do in my life? I kept scrolling. There's nothing wrong with being on Instagram. And there's nothing wrong with being on social media. But you got to make limitations. Because if you don't have limitations in anything in life, too much of anything is not good. And I'm sure when you watch me, you probably think like, are you ever with your children? Right? And Baruch Hashem, I am. And a lot of times you'll see, a lot of times I won't be on Instagram for long periods of time. And that's because I really genuinely drop my phone. So when you drop the phone, you got to publicize it to the world, which is your world, which is your family. You make a huge announcement. Attention, the Adar Fam Jam. Ima and Abba are dropping their phones now. Abba. He's like, how did I get into this? I make a huge announcement, and I make my kids, you shut my phone. Please go put Ima's phone upstairs in the room. Shut it off completely, and let's go. We're going to come downstairs. We're going to do homework. We're going to eat supper together. But you got to put it away from your mind. You got to be sane, and you got to be presently there. And I want to add, I actually wanted to do an Instagram post, and I didn't have time. But I heard from a rabbi, I forgot his name. And no, it wasn't him. He said, if you forgot to be what it's like, what did he say? If you forgot what it's like to be a kid, or if you forgot what it's like to be a 9-year-old in the classroom, you cannot be a Rebbe for a 9-year-old. No, he didn't say that. If you forgot, whoever said it, if you forgot what it's like to be a child, we have a big problem. So as a parent, if we forgot what it's like to be a 9-year-old and want your mother's attention and want your father's attention, we're in big trouble. And every day after day, your kid's coming home like, Ma, can I tell you something? Like, yeah, 1 second. Hold on 1 second. And you're swiping and you're scrolling. And this happens day after day. Imagine that kid. And the more you lose that connection, the farther it goes away. The farther it goes away. And then it's so much harder to come back. But it's never too late. It's never too late. And if you can't do an hour, that's okay. You can't do an hour. Do 15 minutes. And then do 20 minutes. But you got to do something. You got to show them that you actually care. You're doing an action. Time flies, and you have to be alert all the time and enjoy life. Yep, that's true, Sarit. This is the best message ever. It needs to be heard. So thank you for announcing. I try to announce it. I try to announce it every single day and try to remind myself. And I want to tell you, every time I post, the responses that I get is just incredible. Hold on, sorry, 1 second. Were you leaving? Yeah. Oh. So Shoshana, what do you have to ask? What's up your sleeve?
Well, I would say, I mean, I'm completely inspired to drop the phone and be committed to that. Are you guys inspired for people who are watching? Are you guys ready to do this?
Who's ready to drop the mic? I mean, phone. It's been a long weekend. We did like 5 events this weekend. Let's go. Yes. Me, Princess, is going to drop the phone. You made me so happy yesterday. I'm so happy, Israel. I made you happy. Amazing. Tina Bia1 said no. Tina, I love your realness. You do you. If you're not ready to do it, that's okay. One day you will. Yes, yes. Look how many yeses we're getting. I love you too, Starburger. Sleep is not an option. No, sleep is. Oh, no. Yeah, I love when people are like, Shimi, I was in school for 8 hours. Does that count? I didn't look at my phone while I was sleeping. Does that count? Bye, guys. I love you. I love you. No, it doesn't count. It doesn't count, guys. I see what you did there. It doesn't work. Shirelle is beyond inspired. Yes. Oh, guys, you took the key to the car. You have the key card. The car key. I'm dyslexic. It's confetti party. What's going on? I know she drops the phone. Does anyone have any questions before I have to go? Because I actually have another meeting today. How crazy is that?
Any other questions? All right. Well, Shimi, thank you so much for making time for us. I know you had a crazy day and weekend.
I did have, but Baruch Hashem, thank you guys for being on this mission. And together, we're going to change the world. You know why? Because we're going to change our relationships with our spouses, with our children, and ultimately creating a more beautiful character with everyone that we lost our car keys, just FYI, guys. And because you're going to invest more time with your children and your friends and the people around you, they're going to become better people. Where we were going back to square one, just eye contact, just making people matter. You guys got this. You got what it takes. And let me know. Share your stories with me, guys. I love you. Thank you for the opportunity. Shoshana, you're doing amazing work. Hashem should give you koach to continue spreading awareness. Amen. We need it. Drop the stigma.
Thank you.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
That's our next one. Drop the stigma. All right. Have a good night. We'll bring Muffins and Mom back on.
I love you guys. Have a good night.
Okay. Let's request Muffins and Moms. Here we go. That was amazing, Shimi, as always. Here we go. Hey, welcome back.
Hey. Hi.
Anyway,
hey, that was
what do you have to
awesome.
say? Yeah, that was great. She's amazing.
I think you could do 3, because for a second we were all on, the 3 of us. Were we?
Let me see.
Try it. Because I think she still has a couple minutes. We have a visitor here today. Oy.
Hold on. No, it's not working.
Okay. All right. Shimi?
I'm done.
Yes, I know. We have a little boy who's not feeling well. Listen up, guys. I couldn't have put it better than Shimi. I think that the reason why she started this movement is so moving and powerful alone. I mean, you know, that kid who said, don't bother calling my mom, she's just somewhere else. That's, I mean, if that's not sad, then I don't know what is. But to wrap up, those of you that missed the tips that we discussed to really help us do this, because not everyone could just throw a phone in the drawer. There has to be some sort of, you know, process. Hey, okay, so we're going to acknowledge that this is an issue for us. It's a problem, and we want to do something about it. And then we're going to commit to making a conscious decision. I'm going to drop the phone. I need to do this. And then remember, we talked about response anxiety. Response anxiety, for those who missed it, is when you're so stressed out that maybe my friend or my husband or my sister will think that I'm mad at her because I'm ignoring her. So if that's really an issue for you, then just set up some sort of notification. I'm gone for the next hour, for the next 2 hours, whatever you need to do to relieve yourself of that extra anxiety. And turn off notifications as much as possible. Turn off Instagram notifications, turn off Waze and Uber and all these things. It just ends up being distractions that you don't need. We want to be present. And again, a really great idea, which, you know, I discovered for myself that worked, was get an Amazon Alexa or a Google Home. They're really cheap. And this way you're not carrying your phone, lugging it around and telling yourself, I need it for recipes. I need it for my music. You just transfer that there. So you're walking around free. You're not chained to this device that just, you know, robs you of your being present. I think that pretty much wraps it up. If there's any more questions I would love to answer, you can always DM me the questions too as well, or to Shoshana or Shimi. I think this went very well.
I'm really excited to be active about dropping my phone. I'm excited to be committed to it. I don't know about you guys, but
I really want to commit more than my 1 hour after school. I'm going to work on that. I mean, of course, the phone's away at bedtime. I cannot possibly do bedtime without my phone like this. My kids will just jump on my head. But, you know, the part where it's, you know, it's funny. I used to have one of my sisters who has only tiny babies at home. She would call me every day at 4:40. And I'm like, hello, 4:40. They just got off the bus and they're hungry and they're annoyed and they all have stories to say. Don't call me then. But now she knows my phone it's gone. So she can call me, you know, all the time. And it's not going to happen. So, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for all your tips and for your insights. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll see you next Mental Health Monday, and hopefully we'll hear some great stories about what happens when you drop the phone. Have a good night.
Thank you, Shimi. Thank you, Anna. Have a great night, guys.